Good evening, everybody. How are we? Welcome. Happy Sunday, one and all. Welcome to the TJWF. Sunday nights are all right for fighting. That's what we're doing a Sunday now. We started doing City Skylines. We decided to start building a wrestling promotion instead. That's what we're going to do on Sunday from now on. The TJWF is here, and hopefully it's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, this is the start, the very start of the TJWF. Now, some of you might be thinking, hang on, TJ, didn't we start that earlier in the week? Did we not start the TJWF earlier in the week? In a sense, yes, we did. We had a little play around with it the other day, and that was fine. We learned a little bit about how it looks, how it works, but I did realise I made a couple of mistakes. Okay, I made a couple of mistakes on it. We haven't got enough wrestlers, and we haven't put the subs in. So people who are subbed on Twitch and Amazon Prime, we haven't put the viewers in. So I also think as well that if we launch it today and we restart the save and we repackage everything as of today, then our first pay-per-view will be on Wrestlemania weekend, and that makes a lot more sense than doing a pay-per-view tonight, doesn't it? So there we go. That's what I start doing. Cass is in there, 28 months on the subs. Cass, appreciate it, my friend. Very, very kind indeed. Thank you very much. Shall we take a little look at what we've got already, make some notes on it? We'll jump back, we'll restart the save, and we'll work it up properly. We'll build the TJWF from the ground up. We'll take some of what we learned in the last stream, and we'll hopefully look to build going forward. I think that seems to make the best idea. Evening one and all, by the way. Evening to everyone who is here. We've got the wonderful Crazy Brit just jumping in there. 17 months of not forgetting to cancel. That's what we want. Nice to have you at MCG. If I'm eligible for being entered into the game, I have a name. If you're a sub, then you are eligible. Right, let's have a little nosy, shall we? And of course, if you do have a name for a wrestler, nothing offensive, thank you very much. Let's jump to it, shall we? As we get ourselves on the go. Right, so this is the startup screen. Okay, let's load up what we had last time. Okay, so this is it. So start date Wednesday the 25th, Wednesday the 1st of January 2025. There was, of course, an issue where the game started in 2021. That's a concern. Some of our people were 13. That was a concern. Hopefully that's a bug. We don't know. We'll find out as we go through, right? So let's make some notes, particularly on the roster, right? The roster, okay? And we'll go through who we've got, because I've only got 10 wrestlers. Do you know what I mean? I've got 10 people here, 10 wrestlers, 2 personalities, 1 referee. So I'm meant to have 20, you know? Wrestling at 13 is extremely Brit wrestling. There was a little bit about that, Cass, to be honest, and yeah, we did mention it, and yeah, things got a bit awkward. So I'm going to try and make it less like that. So hopefully we can make it nicer going forward. That's what I think, right? So okay, let's get the roster down. Right, let's start getting the roster down. Rugio gifts out 5. Rugio, you absolute legend, you. Thank you very much for that. Josh LTFC's in there. Senkel FM, sorry. Canadian Greek, Seaway, DN bassist in. Oh, here we go. Appreciate you, Rugio. You're very, very kind man indeed. I've actually thought, by the way, before we get into this too much, Rugio, I've got a stable for you, right? That has just got you into the head of the stable, okay? You are going to be the nation of moderation, okay? So that's what you're going to be. And we're going to put you in there, so you're going to be in charge, okay? So Alessandro Keith was someone that we drafted, okay? It's good, isn't it? I thought about it earlier on today. I was just driving around, I was like, nation of moderation, that's what we want. So Alessandro Keith is in there. We had him as a face, right, and we had him as mid-card, and I think he was okay, right? From what I remember, I've got a little bit of notes. Alessandro was fine, but we're gonna keep with what we've got, okay? Christopher Pizarro was the ref, so we'll keep him as well. Go back and make sure we get that. I think one of the problems I had was that we didn't give anyone any titles on the first show, and that's of course is a bit of a problem. You're trying to make people care for like 4 weeks with no titles. Then we gave one narrative title, Elias Durand. We loved Elias Durand. He is definitely a face, cocky face we've got there, and we've got him as where is he? Lower mid card. I reckon we push him a bit higher up because everyone seemed to like him. I need a Razor Ramon. I mean, yes, we do, but you know, let's see how we get. We do need a bad guy. We need a proper heel. So we're gonna obviously pick this as we go through. Harry Sloan, we loved, by the way, lovable loser, and he was our first narrative champion. But I think we need to do better than give him the narrative champion. Kobe Houston was rubbish. Okay, I think he was rubbish. We had him as a heel, and I'm going to put in brackets, crap. So it turns out, can't wrestle. Can't wrestle. Might be all right as as potentially a commentator, possibly. Personality, well, yeah. He's just as push as a personality, so we'll see what it is. Can I be a blind ref? Taser Trione. Could potentially be. Potentially. Let's work all that out as we go through. So, Rouge, if you can keep a bit of a note on who we've got with subs who's in the chat, because I've got one or two there from last week, which of course I'll be able to sort of add in. So Lars Bogdanov, we wanted him as a heel, okay. Matthew Mitchell was a bit of a worker, but we put him as lower mid card, which I suppose maybe makes sense. But he can actually wrestle, and he's someone who actually has stamina, to be honest. So we had him as lower mid card, but maybe we might move him a bit higher. Here's a face. Max Walker, the old guard, average wrestler, no stamina at all, 64. Looks 5, bless him. Arrogant heel. Not sure if he's going to be main event, but we'll put him there for now. Meredith Glover, right? Now, we like Meredith Glover, but we don't know who she is. We don't know who she is. She's one of potentially 2 wrestlers, so we're not sure. But she was our main event badass, okay? She had a good feud going on with Natalia Ramirez, who was getting a push and was really... she made it like she was actually going to get the title. And I think she will get the title, to be honest. So she's that lovable loser as well. Okay. Orlando Doyle was the ring announcer. Ring announcer. Simba and Gigi we brought in. I don't know why. Right. We brought him in and we thought he might be a bit of muscle. So we'll put a question mark on him as to whether they bring him in as well. Sophia Bogdanov. She was classic heel, lower mid card. Lower mid. And Tatiana Flowers, who wrestling, yes. Safety, yes. Personality, not brilliant. Stamina, not brilliant. You know, star power, not brilliant. So yeah, the hype train is on its way, by the way. Open the hype chest. Oh, there we go. We've got some nice new emotes there. So there you go. You can get some choo-choos in there. There we go. And then we get Tatiana Flowers. So, right. She was an underdog. Okay, so that's what we had there. Now let's go load it back up again. Okay, so that's we've got our actual... If I go to edit database, if I do it now, does this come through? Do you reckon? Right, let's go to return to game. Let's go to exit to main menu. Right, new game. Jebaru's in. 51 months for Jebaru. Appreciate Jebaru. Welcome in. This is the so this is the start, right? So we want to actually make this. How do I get to a game then that I can have where we start in 2025? That'll be the questions I've got. You can edit your save. Can I? Because all this bit here, game world, if I start there for starting on the 1st of the 1st, that's good. Yeah. So is that how I do it? Just I do it there, but then this doesn't actually change at all, I take it. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. And then I go in there and I edit the roster and I edit the athletes in there. Okay. Right. Game world to change the date. Probably not on your save. No, probably not. Okay. Right. Let's get in then. Okay. So we'll set ourselves back up. New game on the is ready. Okay. World at War. Let's go for it. Okay. No promotion set. Where is the TJWF? Back on this other database, is it? There you go. The TJ Wrestling Federation. That's us there. Okay. So we've already got ourselves set. Roster, we still need to add some more rosters in there. Okay, but we can certainly get ourselves going. We haven't got any storylines, relationships, calendars, nothing like that booked in just yet. Make a list of everything you want and DM me. I can make it all for you on Wednesday. Okay, perfect. I'll do that. I will do that. So select a database. So it's going to be TJ in it. Tony Jameson in there. Save name TJWF. Okay, I'm going to do TJ Mania on Sunday, I reckon. So what did we have last time? We had enable randomized contract lengths. Is that what we had? Randomized winners, randomized potential, and then yeah, randomized contract lengths. That can sort of make things a bit interesting, I suppose. Gives us a bit of something to work with. We don't want to sandbox everything, and we don't want a level playing field, do we? We want to kind of go straight out. So start game. Okay, here's where we are. We are in. We've got 11 wrestlers. We've got one personality. We need to have a look and get rid of some people because there was a couple of issues we had with commentary. For example, Scott Stanson, for example, was an issue. He was getting a lot of money, right? And took a lot of drugs. So maybe we get rid of him because he's. So let's release him because he did take a lot of drugs. So we sort of thought right, release Scott Stanson, okay. Orlando Doyle, ring announcer, right. So we need a commentator. Okay, that's what we need. So let's go to all workers. Right, that's what we want. Right, so we need. So what we need is we've got 11 people in. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's show us at the top there. Yeah, right. 10 wrestlers. Okay. 7 face. 3 heel. 1 personality. Again, I think we're gonna get rid of. Let's get rid of Kobe as well, actually, because he's just rubbish, to be honest. Right. Okay. Okay, so these guys have gone. Okay. So we need another 10. 10 for the roster. Okay. And we need a ref and announcer. Actually, we might have to just use Orlando for the announcer. Okay. We never found out who his supplier was. Definitely not someone from South America called Pizarro. Speaking of which, we need to get Pizarro in, don't we? So where's Pizarro? Christopher Pizarro. Okay. Referee. We want to begin negotiations with him. We want to get him on a decent offer. 300, 350, will you do? It's a lot for a referee, isn't it? Right, he's in. Okay, Pizarro's here. Yeah. So let's go through the list then. Right, Rugio, I think you're first of all. I think you're the first one for the the nation of moderation, right? So, describe to me what you'd like to be. What would you like to look like? Okay? Give me your description. Adam Wallace. Tall, height, bulky build, based in North America. 37 years old. Status dead. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's not ideal, is it? Okay. Adrian Alves. Ooh, okay. Would we possibly 400 quid? Do you reckon he might come for a little bit cheaper? Because also as well, we book him as an athlete, possibly, yeah? Yeah? Cool. In he comes then. So Adrian Alves is here. Because I think as well, we didn't actually have enough matches. Yeah? Are the Nation of Domination heels? I mean, I think they probably could be, couldn't they? At this stage. Yeah, I'm happy enough with that. So let's get some European popularity, because we obviously want... I mean, look at this. Look at Jason Barker. Oof. Hunter Hansen is considered one of the best heels of all time. Max Champion retired. Brett Storm, 7'3". I was thinking a bit of Drew McIntyre. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, let's see what we can come up with, shall we? That's what we want. What we want really is we want to find someone who's unavailable, don't we? Okay, let's just keep going through. So everyone's got a contract here. So as soon as someone gets no contract, let's see what they got. No, retired, active, semi-active. He's one of the few wrestlers I know. That works. That works, to be honest. You know, we're just building our stable, and then we'll go from there and see what we've got. Roddy Duran, entertainer, ripped. I mean, Rugio on hiatus. Oh, he wants a lot of money. He wants a lot of money. You were almost, you were close. You were very, very close there. Ivan Acosta. That looks like Dan FM, doesn't it? Grayson O'Donnell. Where's the other unemployed? Manuel Castillo. Oh, here we go. Joaquin San Martin. 9 years experience. £2,000. Bloody hell. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of cash. These are all South Americans. Like, we need some Europe. Oh, it's Latin American there. That's why. Right. Where's my European pedigree? Noir Ejwakali, mixed martial arts wrestler. Monchiba. That's one. Dante Zulu. Is that you, Dan? It's got Dan in there, isn't it? Wrestling skill 21 though. That's not a lot, is it? Entertainment 94. That's a comedy character. Do you want me the comedy character? Michael Martin. Now, are you expensive? 440. Tell you what, if we can get you for 360 as a classic heel. It don't want to be a big time party, yeah? I mean, that could be. Oh, he's in. Right, Rugio, that's you. Michael Martin, okay? Okay, so I now need to edit Michael Martin. Okay? And that becomes Rugio. Okay? And then we're going to create a stable called Nation and Moderation. Stable leader, Rugio. Okay? Needs at least 3 people in. That's fine. We can get 3 people in there. So I need to get... Dan, I need to find someone for you now. You can give them the contracts and the editor. Can I? What do you mean? Explain to me how that works. Because I don't know these things. I'm obviously learning this as I go through, so. Solomon Blythe. Go to the editor on the left-hand side. Alright, well, and just put everyone in there. Oh, no, look, I mean, that doesn't feel right. Dan, do you want this guy? Lucas Sante? Entertainer? Yeah? Okay, so I think you have to be... Actually, let's put... heel, right? Oh, see, I maybe need to change... Do I need to go into there? So that's going to be... So Lucas Santa. Let's go to roster. Change you. So that becomes Dan FM. Rugio, I need to change you to be a... I've got you as a face, I think. Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, because I made a slight issue on that one, slight balls on that one, right? So Dan's in, Rugio's in. I need someone for Zeep. Okay. And then someone for Rogi, and then we can. That's all 3 of the mods in, of the moderators in first of all, who are going to be in the stable, right? I know you've obviously got Jebru in there. You got Gudger's in there, but Gudger wants to be his own wrestler as well, doesn't he? So Harry Lewis, brawler. Yeah, let's do that as well, right? There you go, Harry Lewis. I made a spreadsheet in case there's any issues like game crashing. Yeah, good shout. Good shout. Really good idea, actually. Let's put him as a mid carder anyway. As a heel? Yeah, we could do with a heel, couldn't we? Another heel. He can be just a regular wrestler anyway, so we're gonna need him. Okay. I'm wondering, can I export this database to you as well? And can you then see it? That could be the question, couldn't it? Oh, young, that. Do you know what? That looks like Zeep. I'm literally going, that looks like Zeep. Yeah. No gimmick. See if he'll do that. Yes. Okay, so Zeep's in. So Arlo Young becomes Captain Zeep. Open save the folder on the main. Right, okay, cool. Cool. I'll do that then. Just occurred to me the nation of moderation could be an alternative to the right to censor. Well, you know what? That was part of my thinking. I genuinely thought that as I was like, maybe this is a thing. Nation of moderation. Okay. So that's there. Yeah? Stable leader. Rugio is leading. Okay? And then workers, Dan and Captain Zeep. Now, can I add another person in there, or do I need to go? Let's do Rogi as well, just in case, because otherwise it might not let me do all of them. Mods to censor. Corey Luna, 550 is a lot of money. We haven't got a lot of money, we don't think. I do like the fact that it shows you dead people. Just like, oh yeah, you can have this guy. I mean, he is dead, but you know, he would have been great for you. Need more beard for Rogi. Yeah. So if we can find someone who's only beard. Jonathan Bertrand, he's got a bit of beard. High flyer. Need to get a few more female wrestlers in as well. Bulk that stable up. Oh, look at that. Upper mid card heel. Yes, let's get you in, mate. I like the fact that we're obviously trying to get European wrestlers in, but they all seem to be coming from Australia. Right, where's someone with a massive beard? Can be Rogi. They always have to be half decent as well. Alberto McMahon, referee. Patrick Baker's a referee. That's Patrick Bateman, isn't it? From technically the Aussies were once Europe. I mean, we can't get into that, Rugio. We're not doing the. We're not going all the way through the territories, are we? Right, that could be Rogi. There you go. Right, Zachary Price. Okay, you know, Zachary Price is Rogi. Okay. Okay, so now we can put the stable in. I think we've got mainly heels now, haven't we? Right, so that's the stable there. Okay. So my roster is predominantly heels now, isn't it? Oh, Alessandro Keith's a face. Alessio's a heel. Arlo Young's a heel. Lucas Santa's a heel. Elias is a face. So is Harry Sloan. Henry Lewis is a heel. Lars is a heel. Mitchell's a face. Walker's a heel. Another heel, and of course we've got the right. Okay. Fine. What does that look like now? 17. So we need some faces in there now, don't we? Okay. We need some faces. Let's get some faces in. Mix it up. Get. Well, we've got 17. So one male and two female. Do you reckon? Or Wrestling skill 0. I mean, that's concerning, isn't it? Relationship with Yuritsa Wheeler. Where's she? Strong style wrestler. 250 per mid card. Face. Right. Okay. Excellent. And where's Yuritsa Wheeler? What's she saying? Okay, can we bring her in as well? Lower mid card face. $55? Yeah, that'll do. And Jacob Henry. Jaden Osborne. She's already on a contract. What's that looking like now? 19? No default announcers set. Commentary. Update announcers? Hang on, wait. Where's my announcer? Show worker, there you go. Oh, we haven't got an announcer yet. Okay, so commentary. Jeremino Flores. Informal agreement, staff. Entertainment psychology. Do you want to be a commentator? You can't be, can you? Announcer, entertainment, 12. That's not good, is it? Roll announcer, then decent entertainment, you'll find some. Announcer, right. 440. I mean, if he's good on the mic, isn't he? So is that part of it? He's not very popular in Europe, but let's make a note of him because he. Lincoln Kumar, right. Want someone who's decent in Europe, don't we? Announcer. Oh. Announcer retired. Because I don't just want everybody to be coming across from Australia, you know. I'm sorry. Popular. Personality, strong style personality. Hudson Simpson. I have to think about him later on. What's the role of personality then, Britt? What does that give us? Is that just like sort of, well, for want of a better phrase, Jake Paul? Staff, still staff. Wrestler, personality, announcer. Semi-active Seth Ross. $2,000. That's literally all of our money. Tirola Chebe, 330. popular enough in Europe, hardcore style. Entertainment, commentary, 70 and 78. Tyrell Chaby could be an option. Seshihara. Seshihara? Entertainment, commentary 64, star power 61, right? So he might bring some star power. Again, might need to think about this for selling tickets, you know? Because I realised that we didn't have many stars or people who were particularly good. When we loaded it up last week. See, we can't even really sort of compare them to other promotions either, and sort of say, well, oh look, they've got a certain type of announcer, because it might not really make a difference, will it? Shaquille Conte, he's our guy. Shaquille. Go on, Shaquille. Right, even Libby, how are you? Welcome. Right, can we put Shaquille on show only announcers? Okay, Shaquille's our announcer. Yeah. 19, we need one more wrestler in there to fill the roster. Let's see what our roster looks like. So we got, actually, what is it? 11 faces, 8 heels. Interesting. I didn't think we had that many faces. So Adrian Alves, Alessandro Keith, Alessio Lourenco, Arlo Young, Lucas Sante, Elias Durand, Harry Sloan, Henry Lewis, Lars Bogdanov, Marlon Frost, Matthew Mitchell, Max Walker. Then we've got Meredith Glover, Natalia Ramirez, Rogi Ruggiero, Shaquille, Sophia, Tatiana, and Yuritsa. Do we need one more female, do you reckon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 females. A lot of males. I feel like we maybe need one more female, I reckon. Yeah. Let's get another female in there, shall we? Okay. And then what we'll do, we'll start then going through who actually is order a lock-in on the roster. Right. Who's put their hands up? Sebastian Wang. We need that guy. I suppose as well, like, we can just literally put anybody in, and then we can sort of, if they don't work, we can then cut them out, can't we? Wrestling. Stamina's not very good though, is it? Samiko Saito. Yeah, go on. Main event. Okay, right. Let's do that. Okay. Right, I've got 20 people in there. Okay, I've got 20 people in the in my roster now. Let's go to edit the game world. So we want to start this as 2025, don't we? Okay. I don't know if this is going to affect anything at all, but so it's January 2025. Okay. This is where we are. Save that. Okay. Oh, this is where I could have changed it all. I get you. I get you. Titles. Yeah, we need to make a title, don't we? Return to game. Our titles. Active titles. So create a title. The TJWF World Championship. Singles type. Is it defendable? Yes. Gender limits? Yes. Okay. We then want the TJWF Women's Championship. Singles for women. And then want the TJWF Tag Team titles. At the minute, we'll just have it for men, but we might get a women's one as we go through. And then let's do the TJ narrative title as well, shall we? Should we have that as no gender for that one? You know what? Yeah, no gender for that. Okay, I don't know whether that means we'll have intergender matches. I'm not sure. I just haven't decided what angle we'll put for the narrative title. So as I say, so one of those things that we hadn't done in the first instance was we hadn't given a championship out on the first show that we did. So we probably need to do that. To be honest, we probably need to do that. Now, with this, let's start to think of some storylines. Then, shall we? Try and work out who is going to be our champions. Now, we gave Harry Sloan the narrative title because we liked how we were building him up. Now, I'm tempted to give him the belt. Do we give him the belt early doors? I suppose while I'm doing that, right, go back through this, okay? We're going to go through who all we've got here, try and work out who we're going to give the title to, because we have to give someone a title on the first show. We'll go back through and work out who needs to have some characters in game. So MCG, you said to me before that you sub in, right? What's your are you subbed via Twitch or via what's it called, Amazon Prime? Are you subbed in for that? Yeah, because if you are, then we can maybe get you locked down on it. Okay, Prime. Right, give me right. Who do you want to be? What's your wrestler's name? Right, give me what you got. And which one of these ones are you taking, by the way? Riot McBain. Okay, yeah, Riot McBain works. Okay. Okay, who do you want to take? Do you want to take Alessio, sorry? Do you want to take... we're not... Elias, right. Elias isn't up for grabs. Harry's not up for grabs. Henry's up for grabs. Lars isn't. Marlon is. Matthew Mitchell probably isn't. Max Walker probably isn't. So yeah, there's a couple of them in there. There's only a few, isn't there? So who do you want to be? Change Alessio possibly for Riot McBain? Or Adrian Alves, I suppose, as well. Alessio Keith is also available, so go for Alves. Right, okay. No problem. So change character. Oh, no, change character. Change name. Right, so Riot McBain. Okay, cool. Riot McBain in lockdown. Currently, a main event face. So there you go. You've done well. You've done well there. I think Jeb wanted to be Jeb Uso, didn't he? So where's a have we got a high flyer? Have we got a high flyer? I can't remember. I can't remember if we actually got one or not. There you go. You can take Alessandro Keith for now. Was it Max Walker? Yeah, Alessandro Keith can work. Age 15. I don't think it's 15. Let's change it. Right, Matthew Mitchell can be Jebby Uso. Right. I think we need to change his age slightly. You know what I mean? There's definitely something we need to work on there. Right, so Jeb's in. MCG's in. And then it was Goodyear and Rich were the other ones, weren't it? So do you know what? I feel like we possibly get rid of Max Walker because I think he's a bit crap. Yeah, I think we maybe need to do that. Right, okay. So, commentary team's done. Announcers are done. Belts. Okay, Zeepa's his reactor is horribly negative. Great. Marlon Frost is negative. Rougeau's very positive. That's good. Riot McBain's positive. Dan's positive as well. Okay, so it'll be fine. Don't worry. We'll make everybody happy. I'm sure we will. I think the first show we need to book. Yeah, we need to book a. Yeah, we just need to book. Let's do it. Right, weekly show Sunday. So it's the TJWF Sunday Slam. That's what we called it, wasn't it? Oh, sorry, yes. Yes, Britt, who's yours? Event length, an hour or an hour and a half? Do we think it's an hour? There was lots of like matches that we had to, that weren't really hitting when we did more than 15 minutes. So if we do an hour, event importance is normal. Okay, so this is just normal. This is a standard. Viewers have high expectations and interest for a show. Also book the show no. Yeah, logic, normal. Preferred continent, Europe, obviously. Preferred country, UK. Preferred region, we can't change. Preferred venue, we're going to change that. Title holder. Right, yeah, we need to make an hour long show, do you reckon? Or an hour and a half? I think an hour for now. So that's weekly. And then we want to have a specific date. So the final Sunday of January 2025, which we hope is going to be in this universe, is going to be TJ Mania. That's going to be 2 hours. Huge importance. It's the flagship show. Yeah. Europe. UK. Okay. Let's nudge that. Should we nudge that up to an hour and a half, do you reckon? Maybe keep it for an hour for now. Right. Okay, let's try and book a show. We had some storylines, didn't we, from previous. Okay, so the previous storylines involved, I wanted to say that it involved Harry Lewis and Elias, was it? Those two basically had a bit of a going against each other, didn't they? But I think we're going to have to change that ever so slightly, because it was originally Harry and Lars, but there was no chemistry there with it. And then we had Harry versus Elias, which worked really nicely. Harry versus Matthew, sorry. Who do we put him against? Harry versus Henry? 2 mid cards? Or do we put him up against a main event heel? Upper mid card heel? Alessio, let's do that. Right. Sloan and Mitchell last time, sure. Yeah, well we've just changed Mitchell. So who was Mitchell? Who have we just replaced Mitchell with? I think we've just replaced Mitchell. Is Mitchell McBain? Or did we get rid of Mitchell completely? Jeb Uso. Right. Okay, there we go. So Sloan versus Jeb. Right. Okay. So this is going to be Sloan's push. Okay, and we also want Lars Bogdanov in there as well. Okay. Let's create another storyline, which was Natalia and Meredith, which was Natalia's push. Okay, and then we also want to have a storyline, probably with the Nation of Moderation. Okay, so that's going to be all of them lot, and we're going to involve them with something main event-y really, but let's start them with Alessandro Keith first of all. Okay, so it's 5-on-1 essentially. McBain was Alves. Right, okay, so let's do that for now. Okay, titles wise, what are we thinking? I think we possibly let Harry Sloan have the main title. I know he's a mid-carder, but let's give him the main title. He might lose it at TJ Mania, possibly. I think that, and I'm open to suggestions on this, by the way. Let's discuss this now. Like, who's gonna get the main belt? I mean, if we look at him, where is he? Harry. I mean, absolute underdog. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we pushed him Does he just have the narrative title from the start, or do we give him a bigger title? I think Natalya, we want to win the title, so I think we give it to Meredith first of all. Right, I think Meredith's got to be the first champion, so she can be the heel female champion to start off. Okay? And then we want to get Natalya to sort of like battle for that title. Main event? Orlando Doyle is a bit of a decent wrestler, despite the fact he's a mid-carder. Right, McBain's in there. Maybe it's too early for him for a title. Max Walker. Do we want him as a champion? Again, it's another heel champ, though. He's a bit of a brawler. He's a bit old school. Marlon Frost, though. He could get a push. Jebby Uso. Lower mid card. Henry Lewis. Mid card. We've got him as heel. Again, he could be fairly good. Elias. Lower mid card. Cocky. Do we put the belt on Elias from the start? He's European. He's UK. Would that work? Give Elias the main title. Okay? I know it says there we've got him lower mid card, but maybe we move him up a bit. Lucas Sante is British as well. So we could have them two battling for the title. Elias versus Dan. I reckon Elias is pretty decent. Or we have Alessandro Keith, who's sort of wholesome, face, like all-American. I don't know whether all-American is the is what we have as the title holder. What do you think? Do we give Elias the first belt and Meredith, or make it a British title for Elias and Dan to fight over? Intercontinental. I mean, I'm just thinking we're a very, very small promotion, so I can't imagine we're going to have a lot of intercontinental. But I mean, you know, maybe we will, possibly. I'd say, well, let's pop it into the chat, right? We'll do a poll, okay? We'll poll for it, okay? This is why we're going to try and work this as a thing between viewers, right? So, champ. Is it going to be Elias? Is it going to be actually, yeah, is it going to be Alessandro, Elias, or who was my other one I looked at? Marlon Frost? Yeah, Marlon or Max. Okay, that's what we want to see. Who's gonna be the first champ? I start with just a men's and women's title. The company grows and adds more. That's what I'm thinking as well, Cass. I don't want to be chucking in too many things right now. I want to keep it nice and simple. I even think that the narrative title is probably too many, so we might not have that as a title that's going to be gone for straight away. Because, you know what I mean, like who's going to win that? You know, I need to work out what's going to work. But tag titles, the Nation of Moderation can have the tag titles, surely, because there's clearly a tag team there. So we might get them to win that on the second show, possibly. Or do we just get them to win it on the first show, and then all titles are covered? So NOD, NOM, sorry, take the tag titles. We give Meredith the women's. Elias is getting the men's title clearly by the looks of it. So, okay. That works for me. Right, let's work out then how we book this first show, shall we? So, Sunday Slam, 1 day away. Right, nothing is booked for the show yet. Well, you better believe there's going to be something booked for it right now, isn't it? We've got a large room in the UK, 1,000 seats. It's going to cost us $4,000 to book this show. Elias seems to be the one that we want to get the title for. That's fine. We can give it to Elias. That works for us. So, add angle template. Can we go for authority figure makes a singles match? That would be me, wouldn't it? Open challenge answered. A worker makes an open challenge to anyone backstage. Alright, I'll tell you what. How about we have Max Walker, right? Heel, main event. Okay. He challenges Elias Durand to the contest. Okay. He comes out, gives it the big un, because obviously he's a heel. We want to sort of like say, I'm the main guy around here. Elias pops up as a bit of an underdog, and he actually wins the title. Would that work as a first episode? Okay, so Walker makes entrance. Walker cuts the promo. Durand does it. Elias cuts a promo on Walker. Match involving Walker and Elias is made. Yeah. Tonight we decide the TJWF Men's World Championship. Tonight we crown. Yeah, would that work? Okay, so let's have that. Let's save that, okay? And then obviously the match itself is going to go at the end. So that's going to be Max Walker against Elias Durand. Referee is Pizarro. Shaquille is the announcer. It's only going to be a 7-minute match because I've got a feeling stamina 65, that's not bad. And then stamina 70. That could maybe work. That could work. Finish is going to be Durand winning by pinfall. Because we want a clean finish, don't we? Finishing move optional. Yeah. Purpose for steal the show, shall we? Can they do the steal the show? It requires good enough wrestling skill. They'll push themselves to create a better match. Can they do it? Wrestling skill 69 and 47. Right? That's not going to happen. It's not going to steal the show. Can it make history? Requires workers with enormous popularity and good wrestling skills. Again, not that. Make Elias look good. Let's do that. And then we want a major spot as well. Or do we want actually no, chaotic. We want the okay. Workers with entertainment skills and popularity. Entertainment. Star Power's on there as well. And then entertainment. Yeah, let's do that. And that's for the title. Where's the title? Yeah, for the World Championship. Okay. So this match is for the TJWF World Championship. Shit. Max Walker is the classic heel. Elias Durand is the plucky young upstart. The match is designed to make Elias look good. Elias grabs the victory with a clean pin and becomes the first ever TJWF World Champion. Okay, hopefully that will be something that the fans will like. Okay, so that's fine. So that goes at the end. Final segment. Elias wins by pinfall. Everyone's happy. Next one, Meredith Glover had a match. Meredith Glover versus Natalya. Do we put versus Tatiana as well? Three-way match? Or Saito? Let's have this one for the title as well. That's for the women's title. Okay. That is very much designed to make we want this to be a long-term story, so make a bit of history with it if you can do. Don't know if they can or not, though. The wrestling ability is not good enough on Natalya, possibly. So how can we halve any potential losses in popularity, gain any potential gains? Do we want to make our champ? Do we want to make Meredith look good rather than make Natalya look good? Yeah, let's make Meredith look good first of all, and then we'll build Natalya up. Okay. Do we want her to? We don't want her to win clean, do we? A distraction finish, possibly. Outside interference. Cheap pinfall. DQ. You can't win a title on a DQ though, can you? That's the thing. Screwy ref. Supernatural occurrence. An eerie special effect or characters with extra power. She needs to be a complete bastard in my opinion. I agree, Zeep. So do we do something like? See, but you can't win the belt on a refusal to break DQ. Yeah, I could have her do a beatdown afterwards. Yeah, so she's got to win the title. So maybe win the title by knockout or something, or submission pass out. What do we think? Do we want them to pass out or do we want them to be knocked out? Maybe even have the ref stop it. I like the idea of a submission pass out because that means that you've properly sort of just choked them down. Something cheap to piss off the fans. Or like a cheap pinfall. Do you think that? Cheap pinfall? Get cheap heat. Exposed turnbuckle. Winner removes the protected cover and uses the metal beneath against the loser. That could be good, couldn't it? Distraction finish. Interference goes awry, leading the opposite intended effect. We could do something like that, couldn't we? So cheap exposed turnbuckle. Winner removes the protected cover. So that would make her look like a bastard, wouldn't it? And that keeps Meredith angry. Okay, so that's This match is set up to establish the first ever women's champion. The match should make Meredith look like a badass. They finish with the exposed turnbuckle, shows that she will stop at nothing to win. This sets up the angle for Natalya to win the title from Meredith at some point. Okay, so it's the start of the long term story. Okay, I don't know how long it's going to be, because the last time we played this, she wanted a push within 1 week. So okay, so there you go. So no notes. Let's do a major spot as well. Okay, because it's a title match in it. 6 minutes. They probably can't go to. Contract of Meredith doesn't start until the 1st of January. They can't appear in this segment. I mean, right. Why is it like this? Where's my in a database? Workers. Meredith Glover. Where is it? Where's contract? Am I missing something basic here? Where's contract? Oh, contract. Oh, contract. Right, there you go. Right. Roll that back. 1st of January 2021. Okay. Save. Okay, return to game. Now let's see if we can get this one done, shall we? Oh, is that not saved? Of course it hasn't saved. Right. Let's try this again, shall we? So, Meredith Glover versus Natalya for the title. Okay, for the women's title. 6-minute match. Finish. Meredith is going to win it with exposed turnbuckle. We'll have a major spot as well. This match is booked to crown the first ever women's champion. Meredith looks like a badass and is willing to risk it all to become champion. Natalya shows heart and the fans appreciate her efforts. They get behind her and hopefully she doesn't have enough on the day, but this is the start of her storyline where she wants to become champion. Meredith beats down on Natalya after the match to cement her role as number one heel in the women's division. Yeah, does that make sense? So we get her to beat down as well afterwards. So save that. That goes there. And then we want to have a at an angle, at a beat. So where is there a brawl possibly? Attack, yeah, there's attack, right? So attack Meredith, attacks Natalia. Let's do that as a high impact beatdown. Yeah, high impact beatdown. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's there. Let's also put as well. That's what we're in now. You've booked 22 minutes. Let's put a angle story beat. We're going to put a video from the Nation of Moderation. Okay, is that everyone? Zeep, Rogi, Dan, Rugio. Yeah, all four. Okay, production level normal. 2-minute video. This video announces the arrival of the Nation of Moderation. They put all of the TJWF on notice. They want it to be known that they run this show, and soon they will be declared as not only the tag team champions, but also the so you're not only going to be declared the tag team champions, but also the rulers of TJWF. Okay. Right, we need a match. Need some more matches, don't we? Let's put Elias Durand in. Okay. Although Elias Durand is in with Max Walker. Let's put Harry Sloan. Okay. Harry Sloan can get us kicked off against Jeb Uso, Marlon Frost. I'd like Harry Sloan to win, actually, by pinfall. Purpose is to make Sloan look good. Okay, 5 minutes, nothing silly, no major, nothing major with this one. Just a nice Marlon Frost and happy about the match. Requested it's changed. Right, okay. So hang on. So what? Just no actual angle? Oh, Frost wants to win. Right, okay. Right, okay. So Frost can win by flash pinfall. Okay. Purpose. Yeah, flash pinfall. There we go. That's good. That works. Okay. Let's also put another women's match in as well, shall we? Let's put Tatiana Flowers in. We've got 29 minutes, we've got 11 minutes left, right. Tatiana versus Yuritsa. Or Sophia, because Sophia's not really doing a great job, is she? Right, so Sophia versus Tatiana versus Laritza. Let's do a three-way match, shall we? Who do we want to win that one? $75 stamina, 62 Tatiana. I mean, this is going to have to be a short match, innit? But let's make Yuritsa win it by submission. Yeah. No real agency on it. This match is designed to showcase the female roster of TJWF. Yeah. Ian Mungo, how are you, buddy? Nice to see you. Let's do a quick 5-minute match there, shall we? Or 6? 5 actually, because it tends to get a bit chaotic. Okay, and then we also want to have, need to book 6 more minutes of content. Right, okay. So, Henry Lewis versus Lars Bogdanov. Okay, and then let's make this a match to make Bogdanov look good, because he's not that good at the minute, so it would be interesting to try and get him working. Heel versus heel. So let's have a draw, maybe? Double count out? Yeah, double count out. Let's do that. So nobody really gets caught on it. This match is designed to help Lars settle into the roster whilst showing Henry as a quality worker. Okay. Will they be happy with that? So that works, that works, that works. Five more minutes of content. Oh, that's because I want to go. Let's give them 6 minutes as well. Actually, no. Yeah, 6 minutes. Right, there we go. We've got an hour's show. Okay. Let's. So we've got 2 titles on the line. Okay, the women's and the men's. Meredith beats Natalia. Max beats Elias. Sorry, Elias beats Max. Sorry. Meredith beats down Natalia. We've got Henry and Lars doing a double count out. We've got the Nation of Moderation showing up. Tatiana versus Sophia versus Yuritsa, and Harry Sloan versus Marlon Frost, with Frost winning by a flash pinfall. That's show 1. Okay, let's go for it. Let's see how we get on. Okay, I'm curious as to how it works, because we've obviously got more wrestlers in there now, and like maybe it sort of feels a bit better that way. Let's just change TJ Mania to 2021, because obviously the game doesn't fully understand that we're not in 2025. Okay, so everything's pre-booked. That's all good. We know what we can do. We can book 20 more minutes if we need to. I don't think we do. Let's just start the show as it is. Okay, let's see what we've got. I'm lacking hair. I know, Jeb. Don't worry. You're gonna be in the in match day 2, right? We're gonna debut you. So Max Walker sets up an open challenge, and Elias Durand answers. So Max comes out, lays out a challenge. Anyone backstage who thinks they can defeat him should come and answer the challenge. Elias Durand answers. The match is set. Tonight we crown the TJWF World Championship. Okay, so Max's popularity's gone up, as is Elias's. Max Walker makes an entrance, 57% reaction. The promo, 63%. So fairly decent. Just behind my head, so you can't actually see it. Elias makes his entrance at 55%. The crowd then boosts up to 69 after Elias's promo. The cocky gimmick works well. And then there's 19% for when the match is actually booked. They're just like, yeah, this is great. And it's like, there's gonna be a title match. And everyone goes, oh, okay, fair enough. 57% for the final score. So not too bad. Not groundbreaking, but it's fine. As a segment, it's got us up and running. Okay. The Harry Sloan versus Marlon Frost match, 41% overall, 6-minute match. The backstage morale meant the workers were not performing at their best, but Marlon Frost did the heavy lifting, which is kind of what we wanted, to be honest. The crowd want drama. I think they do. Ironically, they just want narrative. So okay, so 41% overall there. Then now we get to the next segment, the triple threat women's match. Declared a dud. Oh dear, we didn't do well there, did we? We didn't do well. Flowers was struggling, and the backstage morale didn't work. But Yuritsa Wheeler got a bit of a boost in popularity. 36% for the crowd reaction to that match, with Yuritsa winning. So, have I made all threesome? Yeah, I have. Sadly. Sorry, everyone. Now the Nation turned up. Everybody's excited to see the Nation of Moderation. 80%. Ooh, right, okay. The star power of Rougeau added to the story beat, and the star power of Zeep added to the beat as well. Okay, so vignettes and interviews working well. Interviews, videos, promos, they work well, okay? Who else but TJ? The star power of Zeep and Rougeau, you love to see it. 80%. 80%. Hang it in the Louvre. That's the bit, innit? I'm going to clip that right there, because that is... Yeah. That's what you want. Where is it? Let's pop it over in the TJ gaming part of the Discord, shall we? Right. Henry versus Lars. Not good. Henry did well. The match slightly hurt the match quality. The finish killed the crowd off, and they didn't like there was no definitive winner. Right, okay, which is fine, because we just wanted a bit of unsurety in that one. Possibly could have put Jeb in that match, really, to give Henry someone to go against, but I was trying to make Lars look half decent, so we'll see how we get on. So that one wasn't good. Meredith versus Natalia. Major spot brought the match to another level. The big spot had the crowd on their feet. The backstage morale meant the workers weren't performing at their best. Meredith Glover did the heavy lifting. The finish slightly hurt the match quality. Right, okay. The finish, with the exposed turnbuckle, they didn't like it. Meredith got over a little bit more. Match quality, dud. Crowd reaction, 59%, but the final score for that match, 39%. So, right, okay, so Meredith's the new champion, but they loved the fact that she went on a beatdown afterwards. Some were offended by the level of violence in the attack. Get in. The badass gimmick of Meredith worked very well as a story beat. Again, this is what we like, innit? I'm gonna clip that bit as well. Some were offended by the level of violence. Oh. Give me more of this, please. Okay, WWE fans are watching apparently. Why are the two Merediths? We don't know. We've got no idea, Zeep. Nobody's been able to confirm that to us. And then this is the championship match then. So Max and Elias both got a boost. Chaos in the segment really improved the crowd's reaction. The mask masks what would have other been a worse match. Max and Elias have a bad chemistry. Time was all over the place. Doesn't really help. But actually, it means that Elias has gone up a bit. He's the new champion. Elias was made to look like a real threat in this match, and it really helped their popularity. So, crowd reaction 60%. Overall, 42% for the final score. So, from a show rating, 35%. It's not great, is it? The production settings are limiting our growth. For better production, this could have been a 48. Okay, so let's look at where things worked. Interviews and segments. That's what our fans like. Interviews and segments. The big reactions. The initial call out. They weren't overly pleased with what the actual call out was for, but setting something up at the start, they like that. They liked the angle with the Nation of Moderation. Now, do we keep that going as just an angle for another week? Just put them just flashing up? Do they start the show next week, maybe? Do we build the suspension with the Nation of Moderation? They love the beatdown from Meredith to Natalia. So, right, okay. Yes, Dan just says yes. What do you say yes to, Dan? Yes, you do. Out of all the options you've said, yes. Summary of Sunday Slam. 909 tickets. That's not too bad. Jebberu, yes. You know what? I think Jebberu and Dan are both right. Yes is the answer. Yeah, I agree. Right, anybody else for any more? Are we going to go yes? Yes, or maybe no? Builds us up. Yeah. Which bit, Dan? Which bit? If yes is the answer, why bother with the question? True. It's a very, very good point. It's a very good point. Don't need a question, isn't it? Once you've already got yes. Okay. $25 a ticket, not a bad price. It's not too bad at all, is it? Team Dubs. It's not. I wasn't listening, but I agree with Dan and Jeb. Yeah, thanks for that, Rujo. I was hoping that you were going to be the sensible one here. Nation of Moderation to start the show seems like a winner. See, there you go. See, with a full answer there. Full answer. Virgil and Brian Danielson gimmick infringement here. It is a bit, isn't it? Can we have okay? You should have just said yes. Okay, so we're gonna have the so we want the nation to come out, right? Okay, the nation are gonna come out first of all. They're gonna start the show. Just as an interview, possibly. Ruined it now. Nation of Moderation to interfere in the main event. Ooh, that could be good. That could be good. Because we could put another. Well, actually, no. You know what? The first entrance has to be the celebration of Elias being the champion. Elias has got to come out to celebrate. Surely celebrate being the champion, and then what we can do is that can just be like the sort of the this is fantastic. Max can ask Jesus. Max can ask for a rematch, but then potentially we do a beatdown, but then is that going to just like shit on Elias pretty quickly? Do we want you? I think we need to build you up a little bit. I think we need to build you up. So we have a celebration with Elias coming in first of all, okay? Isn't he a lovable loser? He is. So what do you mean? Would that be a sort of like... Do you think that's better for him to be beaten down then? Yeah? Show starts with Elias coming out to celebrate winning the men's championship at last week's Sunday Slam. Okay, so add a story beat. Someone's entrance music hits, so it's going to be Max's entrance music hits. Normal level. Do we just do normal talking? Normal talking, a war of words, or a stare down possibly. Actually, no, hang on, let's cancel that bit. Delete that. So, celebrates an achievement, then cuts a promo. Actually, no, we don't want him to cut a promo, do we? So we just want him to celebrate first of all. Then we want the entrance of Max. Yeah? Have you messaged Matt for some tips? Hello, Big Taff Man, how are you, buddy? I'm going to start asking you for some tips here, pal, as well, because we've just had our first TJ Sunday Slam. We've put the belt on Elias Durand, and we're now obviously going to be booking Sunday Slam 2, and it's the start of the event. So we're going to get our champion to come out. He's going to celebrate. We've then got the man that he beat is going to make his entrance as well. And at this point, I don't know whether to have them both sort of stare down or have a bit of a war of words with each other. I don't know if I want them to go head to head again and challenge for a rematch, because obviously no one was particularly bothered about the rematch at that point. Do we sign a contract for a rematch and then have the match? We can't have the match interrupted, can we? Because we need Elias to actually win some matches and do well. Not a rematch, but have the loser interfere. Yeah, because I think Elias has got to win, hasn't he? So we could have that sort of fake interference where like he goes to turn up, but then doesn't obviously do anything. Doesn't affect the outcome of the match, sort of thing. Rogi's here. I see you haven't noticed being a heel. I demand to kick someone square in the dick once per show. But I think you're going to do that, Rogi. I think you're going to do that. I think we can have these two talking now. Okay. And Elias both be talking. Subject will not be rated in the beat, but they'll contribute to the storyline progression. He wants to be the white Farouk. To be fair, we all do, don't we? Yeah. do we have another beat at that point then? Do we make a match for the future? We have the Nation of Moderation. Yeah. I'm wondering whether or not we even have Max come out here. He would do, wouldn't he? He would do. Workers are talking amicably. Favours entertainment announcing star power popularity. Yeah. Okay, how about that then? So they're busy talking. Then there's a video, right? Then we have the video. They're chatting. All of a sudden, we have the Nation of Moderation flash up. Okay. Okay. So Max enters to discuss. Reaction online. You should have someone come out who's going to be the next contender or whatever. Maybe a few guys come in. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Team does. That's not a bad shout. Maybe we angle that as we go through. Because I don't particularly want. Well, and Max. Well, look, Max is one of our main event heels. Elias is kind of like a mid carder, but we've pushed him up early doors. So I sort of want to give him the bit of the lovable loser treatment. I'm happy to do a number one contenders match. We could maybe have someone else cut in at this point. Take the. We could take the video for the Nation out and get someone to challenge. We could get Henry Lewis, maybe. Could possibly challenge. He might fancy a bit of a go. Marlon Frost possibly might fancy a bit of a go. He's not particularly entertaining. Jeb Uso might want to get in on the title picture. Alessio Lorenco or Alessandro Keith. I thought we changed Alessio's name. Heel up a mid card. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's put him in actually. So let's have his entrance. Okay. Where they're going to slot in to begin with. The Nation are going to turn up and they're going to win the tag titles at some point. I need to have them as a. I want to have them as a faction. So let me work this through. Right, okay, so we could potentially have that. It's nice having the background voice. Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I completely understand what you're on about, Liv. That makes a lot of sense. So thank you for that. So who did I just have in there? Was that Alessio? It was Alessio, wasn't it? So Alessio and Max Walker, they can have a match, right? Okay. Okay, so there you go. So Max enters the discussion, enters to discuss the outcome of the previous match. He wants a rematch, but as he offers this Alessio Lorenco's music hits. He claims that he is next in line for a title shot. Max says if he wants a title shot, then he has to go through him. They set up a number one contenders match tonight. Yeah? Is that? How's that? How's that sound as an opening segment? Okay, so we've got a bit of a celebration on it first. Then Max turns up. He wants to sort of talk about the previous match. He wants to have a rematch, but Alessio's music hits. He says he's the one that should be next in line. Max says if he wants a title shot, then he's got to go through him, and then they set up a number one contenders match tonight. Okay, a bit of intrigue and the stakes. Yeah, cool. So thank you for that. That is good. And then we'll put Alessio in versus Max. And this is for... There's no such thing as a number one contenders, is there? So you can't actually have a... We just have to remember, I think, there's a number one contenders match. Yeah. Right. Okay. So... Let's have a look at this, shall we? So, wrestling skill is fine. Psychology is fine. Entertainment's fine. Alessio kind of needs... sort of needs to be carried a little bit, maybe. Any preference on a winner? I'm not massively... I don't really mind if Alessio... He's kind of the oldest 30-year-old I've ever seen. I mean, yeah, they're all pretty old. I mean, look at this guy, 56. He's 56, and then Alessio's 45. So these guys are rocking it. Who wins? Who wins? Purpose. Do we want to make Alessio look good? I think we could make Alessio look good. And have Max as the worker on this one, essentially. Stamina, psychology. It's going to have to be short because it doesn't look like they're both going to be... Doesn't look like either of them are really going to be able to carry the match, to be honest. So, 5 minutes. 5 minutes for a number one contenders match feels very, very short, doesn't it? Let's save that for now because I don't know who I want to win it. Okay? I'm not 100% sure who I want to win. It's a short and snappy match. It's mainly only because of the stamina. I mean, 65's not too bad. And 61's okay, but again, the wrestling skill's not brilliant. So I'm wondering whether or not their psychology is going to work together. 47 and 46, it's probably going to be messy. So do we want? Do we want Alessio to win that match? Do you reckon Alessio would win it by submission? 5 minutes works if it's a dodgy finish. Cheap pinfall. Cheap pinfall could work, couldn't it? Yeah. Gets his feet up on the ropes. Right. Okay. Add angle template. Promo leads to a pull apart brawl. Promo leads to a match being made. Add angle. Add storyline. Promo. Workers pulled apart. So hang on, let's have a war of words, shall we? We'll have Meredith and Natalia. So first of all, obviously, we need to have Meredith's entrance, don't we? Yeah. So add story beat. Entrance, Meredith. Okay. And then Natalia's entrance. Oops. Add story beat. Where's call out? 2 minutes worth of verbal sparring, and then do we want Bogdanov to beat down on Natalia? Or just have a brawl, actually. Yeah. Well, let's see if it'll work as continuing that brawl. Yeah. Okay. So Meredith comes out to verbally humiliate Natalia. Following last week's title match, Natalia attempts to what's we're looking for? Evening, United City FM. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Hope you're good. How goes the Graps? The Graps is good. Storytelling's difficult. You know what I mean? When you got to try and think about it and plan it, it's quite tricky, isn't it? Attempts to what's what I'm looking for? Attempts to engage in verbal warfare. Meredith snaps back and attacks her, leading to officials having to separate the pair. Okay, so we'll do that. So that's a bit of an angry bit. Okay, Alessio is a heel. Yes, Alessio is a heel. So we need to try and build a couple of heels up, I think. So how are you anyway, Kev? Hope you're nice and well. By the way, if you haven't followed Kev, by the way, the United City FM, you should do, because tomorrow is myself, Kev, and Murph. We're doing Minecraft Mondays. We've got Sunday Slam on TJWF. We've also got Minecraft Mondays, which is a new thing that we're trying out, and it's I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you fancy something a bit daft and a bit silly and a bit different, then come and hang out with us. Come and hang out with us then. We haven't got Henry Lewis, have we? No, we haven't. So let's add a match between Harry Sloan and Henry Lewis. We want Henry to win this one as well, I think. Can't wait for some mining and crafting on Mondays. I can't. It's going to be fun, isn't it? It's going to be a lot of fun. Outside interference. Who did Harry battle in the last week's show? Can we remember? Who did? Unspecified pinfall. You need a notebook. I've got a notebook. I just didn't write it down. That's the problem. That's the problem. I didn't write it down. Henry versus Lars. And Harry was versus... I'm looking through it now. Who did I have Harry against? Kev's also a wonderful afternoon streamer doing home and bounds. He is. He absolutely is. Can I go to my events? No, it's not going to let me see it, is it? Previous shows? Can I? No. Apparently I can't see previous shows. Do you know what? I think that's probably for the best. That's my own fault. Oh, there you go. Shows. No. No, that's what I should probably use, shouldn't I? Win and lost rankings. Here we go. Oh, yes. Harry lost, so who won? Marlon Frost? Might have been Marlon, actually. Okay, so what we could have then is we could have the match between Harry and Henry interrupted by Marlon. Well, I think Henry's going to want to. We're going to want to win, isn't he? So, you know what? Yeah, let's have a clean finish. Right, Henry can win that one, but outside interference. And outside interference can come from Marlon. Marlon feels like a weird one, doesn't it? Face interference. Unless I have let's have it as botched interference. Botched interference goes awry, leading the opposite effect. Distraction. Let's do for distraction finishing, yeah? Okay. Let's do that. Okay, so this match is set up to establish Harry as a contender. Henry continues to look strong. Marlon interrupts the match. By making his way to the ring, which in turn causes a distraction, which allows Henry to win, to pick up. Right, okay. I'm not sure if that's quite what we want, but make that a 5-minute match. They can both go for 5 minutes, can't they? Stamina, they can go for, oh, you know what, they can go for 6. 7, let's do. Workers with entertainers. Are they both? Entertainer. Oh no, maybe not entertainer, no. They can have a major spot. Right. Save that. Okay. So that's another match. We've got 16 more minutes of content to book. Let's have Tatiana versus Yuritsa in the women's match. This is going to be a Yuritsa win by submission. Purpose is to make Yuritsa look good. Okay, just a fairly straightforward match. There's no requirement for anything there. Let's make it 4 minutes, nice and short. I think we can see the debut of Jebby Uso against can we? I don't think we can actually, can we? Oh yeah, right. Jebby Uso versus Lars Bogdanov. Okay, Jeb can win by flash pinfall. Okay, what are we going for? Is he going to be able to pull off a high spot, do you reckon? Having fun naming some people, yeah. Well, to be honest, yeah, we're certainly trying, Kev. We've given the we've given it over to to subscribers get themselves in the game, and I figure that's a good way of getting people involved in it, you know. So yeah, I think it should be good fun here. So this match is the debut of Jebby Uso. Match is designed to show off Jebby to the fans. A clean win. And then clean win is followed by the NOM video package. Okay, so after you've seen Jebby Uso win, we then have to have another video package, don't we? See if we can build them up. Okay. Okay. Any video segment plays with the nation with moderation. Once again, remind the TJWF that they are coming to take over, and no one is safe. Okay, let's do a 2-minute segment with that one, shall we? Because what we could have is that they could interfere or beat down the winner at the end of the match, actually. So end of the match is going to be Max Walker versus Alessio. Okay, we want Alessio to win by pinfall. What we got? Decent wrestling skill, decent psychology. Let's just do a high spot. Right. You should be looking at scripting right jokes. No, I've got never written anything down. Come on. It's not my style of comedy, Mungo. I started writing things down, but it doesn't look as good. You know what I mean? This match is a number 1 contenders match. Match to challenge Elias for the men's championship. At the end of the match, the nation set upon do we set upon the winner or the loser? I reckon we have this match here. We let Alessio win. We book it that Alessio wins, and then the nation attack Max. I know they're both heels, and I know Max just lost. Or we have a backstage segment where they attack Elias. What do we think? We sort of need like something to end the show with, a bit of crazy. I think if they attack Max, that's what you wouldn't see coming. Because there's no reason to attack the guy that's just lost, is it? Unless they then drag Elias into the ring. The champ comes down to face Alessio. The nation comes down and causes chaos with everyone. Ooh, okay. That could work. Rubbing salt into his wounds. Yeah. Okay, so if we have that, so I love that. Dan's just agreeing with yeah. Let us come and beat people up. That's what we want. That's what we want. Okay, so right, so at the end of the match then. Yes. So at the end of the match, Elias comes down and sets the match for TJ Mania, or for next week. Sets the match for TJ Mania. Okay? Sets the title match for TJ Mania. At that moment, the Nation of Moderation appear and beat down everyone. Can invite all comers, including the audience, to take him on. I'm not sure if we'd have done that at the start. The show ends with Nation of Moderation standing over Elias and Alessio. Okay, so 5-minute match. We have to take some of this down a little bit because we then want to have at an angle. So entrance, Elias at the end. Okay. We have 2 Max versus Alessio matches now. Let me just check it. Match is made for the future. Elias versus Alessio. Okay. Elias. This is music hits following the result of the match. Elias agrees to face Alessio at TJ Mania. Since Alessio is now the #1 contender. As soon as the match is set, the Nation of Moderation's music hits. They then attack everyone in the ring. Okay. Actually, do we even need their entrance music? We don't, do we? So let's just have them just charge in. Attackers Rogi, Dan, Zeep. And are we having them attacking everybody? I think we probably should, shouldn't we? What about even? Are we also having them attack Max as well while he's left on the floor? Attack everyone. No one is safe. No one is safe. I've got 2 Alessio matches. How about? Sorry, where have I got? Alessio. Oh, I have, haven't I? Good spot. Good spot. Who am I going to put in the middle there then? I'll tell you what. Riot McBain can have a match here rather than Alessio. In place of Max Walker, right? So there you go, Riot McBain, and then Riot McBain can win. Okay. Okay, and then this can be to make Riot look good. Okay. hang on, that's not right, is it? What have I changed? I've got 2 matches. I don't need that, do I? Take that. That comes off. Right, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay, right, so hang on. So I've got angle, match. Right, angle, match. Match. Sloan. Okay, 2 more minutes of content. Right, there we go. That's better. Final segment. Yeah, so I've only got 3 matches. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4 matches. That's quite a lot, really, to be honest. That's a 6-minute, that's a 4-minute. We give that an extra minute. And then let's give... Actually, let's do that. There you go. Okay, 4. Everything's in. Right, we've got the whole show locked down. So it opens up. Elias comes out, celebrates winning the title. Max then comes out. He says, "Look, you know, we talk about the last match. He wants the rematch. He offers this. Alessio comes out. He says that he should be next in line for the title. Max says that if he wants the shot, then he has to go through him. That sets up the number 1 contenders match tonight. Okay, Jebby versus Lars. So Jebby makes his debut. So it's a clean win, followed by the package from the Nation of Moderation. We then have Yuritsa Wheeler versus Tatiana Flowers, just with no storyline at this point, but she wins by submission. Jeb wins by flash pinfall. Sloan versus Henry Lewis. So yes, Muster Man, welcome in, my friend. It's a pleasure to see you. Welcome to the TJWF. It's a pleasure to have you here. Big Marvinsky's in. Well, nice to see you. Appreciate the follow, Big Marvinsky. Very, very kind indeed. And we've done our first Sunday Slam, Muster Man. So welcome in, viewers. Basically what we're doing is, this is Pro Wrestling Simulator. It's a bit like Football Manager, but for wrestling, obviously. You don't get to play the matches again, much like Football Manager, but you get to book the stories and book the events. So what we've done is we've got the TJWF, the Tony Jameson Wrestling Federation. We have a weekly show called the Sunday Slam. Okay, believe it or not, it's on a Sunday. We have a monthly pay-per-view as well, which is going to tie in nicely. But next Sunday, it's going to be Wrestlemania weekend. We're having TJ Mania next week. Okay, so next week is going to be a big one. We've done our first show of last week. We've crowned our first champion, male and female. We've got subs to the channel. Okay, so if you subscribe to the channel, or if you've got or if you are part of you subscribe via Amazon Prime, then you can become part of the roster. Okay, like we can get you into the roster. We can give you a wrestler's name. You can pick your own name, sorry, and you're in the roster going forward. Okay, so this is what we're booking. So this is show number 2. Don't expect it to be incredible, because our last week's show wasn't well received. It was our first ever show. So we'll see. We're hoping to get. I mean, look, we're nearly selling out the 1,000-seat arena. Just going to be short. So let's see what we can do, shall we? So here's our angle now. Meredith turns up. Meredith's our women's champion. She's a badass. She turns up. Natalia Ramirez, who's the sort of the number 1 contender. She lost the match last week. She comes out and basically gets beaten down again, which is a bit of a shame. Then we have Max Walker versus Alessio, which is going to be the main event. Decent match, that one, to be honest. Just seeing the Nation of Moderation. Oh yeah. Well, that's my mods, Medicala. That's my mods. They're a stable. So there's 4 of them. They're turning up at the end, and they're going to kick ass out of everybody. So that's what we're looking for. So come Sunday, we'll be able to know what the rest of the well, we'll be able to see whether or not it's a good show or not. I hope it's a good show. Jeb refuses to be part of those. Yeah, Jeb is Jebby Uso. Okay, so look at this, active storylines. So there's a bit of heat on Natalya and Meredith, which is good. Lots of heat with the Nation and Alessandro. So yeah, we've currently got 35% of our score so far. So not brilliant, but we'll get there. We'll get there. And yeah, Mania next week. That's the one, isn't it? Let's just nudge forward, shall we? There's a lot more nudging than there is on Football Manager, I think, as well. Maybe that's because I haven't really worked out what I'm doing on this yet. Or on Football Manager, as some would say. Elias Durand has been offered a contract by BEC. What? No. No. Elias. You can't. Who's BEC? Big Energy Combat? You don't want to go to Big Energy Combat, do you? Can't say anything about wrestling, but nudging sounds good. Pretty much that's all wrestling is, to be honest, Muster Man. It's just nudging. I can't believe that Elias is going to go. Can we offer him a new contract, do you reckon? I mean, he's got... Like, he's got the belt. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've given him the title, and then all of a sudden, somebody else has been like, oh, hey, do you want to come and be for us? Let's nudge him up a bit, right? Worker isn't interested in an agreement this time. I mean, what? Oh dear. The Montrose screw job. Yeah, I think this is probably it, isn't it? Would you take send it the Nation to domination? I think we're going to have to. The Nation of Moderation are going to have to do it. I can't believe we're going to lose our champ already. I mean, he was offered the contract on the 9th. It's currently the 10th. We don't know where he's going. Okay, so this could be a problem. Elias being a traitor is a great storyline. Isn't it just? Well, let's have a look there, shall we? Let's run the show. See how it goes. Because you know what? I'm going to have to put him in the... Let's put him in TJ Mania just in case. Okay. Can we put him in? Is he still part of it? Yes, he is. Add match. Elias Durand versus Alessio Lorenko for the title. Okay. And I want him to win. Let's just save it for now, just to see, just so he knows. He knows that he's there. Let's see if we can add him into the storyline as well. Okay, so Elias and Alessio. Elias title reign. Please have a storyline that's going to go longer than like one thing. Let's batter Elias. I think we're going to have to. I think everyone's going to have to batter everybody. Okay, let's start the show. Oh, God. I'm worried now. Oh, here we go. So we've started the angle with Elias, Max, Alessio. Show starts with Elias coming out to celebrate winning the men's championship at last week's Sunday Slam. Max enters to discuss the outcome of the previous match. He wants a rematch. As he offers this, Alessio Lorenko's music hits. He claims he is the next in the line for the title shot. Max says if he wants a title shot, then he has to go through him, and they set up a #1 contenders match tonight. Yes, Dave Goodger, how are you, buddy? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Should say, I remember that we need to put you in the database as well, so Goodger, we will get you a wrestler into the roster. Evening, Zeep. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Appreciate the raid. Welcome in. Pull up a chair. You've just seen the start of Sunday Slam Week 2. We've angled it pretty decently. Everyone's popularity has improved. Elias celebrates achievement. 21% of the crowd are happy with that. Max Walker makes his entrance. 66% response rate. Max and Elias chat away. 61%. Big reaction for Alessio. Alessio Lorenko makes their entrance. 76%, by the way. And then 44% reaction to the Alessio match involving Max Walker. So final segment score of 48% for there. Luffy, how's the TJ Federation going? Not too bad, thank you. We restarted it and we rebooked it from week 1 because we figured there was a few sort of glitches with database and stuff that we didn't know and we haven't really ironed out. And also it allows us to work towards Mania next weekend and we can have TJ Mania. You remember from last week that Elias Durand was the guy we were going to give the title to. We loved him. He's the champion now. He's the champion, but now he's been offered a contract by someone else, so might have to put the belt on someone else as well. We'll see. Jeb Uso has made his debut. There's no backstage morale really that's going to help this match. Jebby and Lars have bad chemistry. Jebby's popularity's gone up though and was made to look like a threat in this match, so that was good. So well done, Jebby Uso. 42% crowd reaction, 27% reaction overall. Not great at this match. Half a star match quality apparently. But we're back in with the Nation of Moderation. Video segment comes in. Out they pop the star power of Rugio and Captain Zeep. They turn up. Rogi with his shirt on. Oh, look at him with his long flowing locks. Dan FM with his chiseled nipples. Rugio looking slightly Hispanic. And Zeep showing a wonderful beard that looks a little bit like Justin Lee Hawkins. But these are the guys. These are the guys that are going to come and beat everybody up, essentially. And everyone's very, very happy about that. 74% reaction for the video promo as well. They came out, basically said, look, they're here to take over and no one is safe. No one is safe. Now we have a women's match. Yuritsa Wheeler versus Tatiana Flowers. Wheeler looked good. Tatiana's not doing well at this moment in time. So we need to try and book her a little bit better. But Yuritsa looked good, which is helpful. 37% reaction, half a star match. Well, fine. Harry Sloan versus Henry Lewis. Okay, big spot. Everyone was happy about that. Henry Lewis boosted his performance. Good. The match would have been better without all the chaos. Okay, fair enough. But the big spot had the crowd on their feet. Fine. And the finish hurt the match quality, so not brilliant. Basically what happened was we wanted to establish a Harry as a contender. Henry continues to look strong. Marlon interrupts the match by making his way to the ring, which in turn caused a distraction, which allows Henry to pick up the win. So, yeah, we probably had too much going on there. But, you know, it gives us some stuff going there. Crowd reaction, 72%, so that's pretty good. They got behind bits of it. But, yeah, maybe a little bit too chaotic, I think. We then had the angle with Meredith and Natalia. For those people who are new, yes, Meredith is two people. We don't know which one she is. We still can't really work it out. But Meredith continues to come out verbally humiliating Natalia following last week's title match. Natalia attempts to engage in verbal warfare, but Meredith snaps back and attacks her, leading to officials having to separate the pair. So the badass gimmick of Meredith still works well. 85% reaction behind my head on that one. Meredith has the 72% reaction with engaging with Natalia and 79% for Meredith turning up anyway, so 79% overall for that segment. So the actual promo stuff seems to be working well. Promos, great. Wrestling, not so much. What have we got here? Max Walker versus Alessio Lorenko, the main event of tonight's show. So the major spot brought the match to another level. Excellent. Max Walker got a boost because of his gimmick. Brilliant. Look at Max. Look at this old dog here. The huge spot had the crowd on their feet. Excellent. Backstage morale wasn't fantastic. We still need to work that backstage morale out. We don't know how that happens. Max is a veteran and a half. Like, he is like I think he's only 45, and I say only 45 because I'm 45, right? But I don't look like that. 65% crowd reaction, 39% overall for this match itself, which is worrying. The match is a number 1 contenders match, by the way, to challenge Elias for the men's championship. At the end of the match, Elias comes down and sets the title match for TJ Mania. At that moment, well, we'll tell you what happens at that moment next, is this, the beatdown. Okay, out they come. Elias comes out to celebrate and offer the title moment. You know, we're going to say, right, here I come, I'm the champion. Harry Sloan makes a match involving Lorenzo. There's my issue. I made the problem there, didn't I? I made a bit of a boo-boo there. That's not meant to be Harry Sloan making the match with Alessio. That's meant to be Elias making the match with Alessio. That would have helped. Alessio, Elias and Max are then all attacked by Rugio, Rogi, Dan and Zeep. The Nation of Moderation have turned up and ended the match. So there you go. Slight issue there with me giving Harry and Alessio something. Yeah, that shouldn't have worked. Damn it. Made a mistake. So let's have a look at this then. So who works well here? So I've had Elias, Max and Alessio. I've had Jeb and Lars. I've had Yuritsa and Tatiana. I've had Harry and Henry. And then I've had everybody beat down at the end. Okay, so final score for the show, 35. It could have been 49 with better production values. Right, look, we'll spend the money when it comes to TJ Mania. We'll put some money into production values there, okay? I don't think that's a terrible one. Elias's contract expires in 14 days. TJ Mania is 20 days away. Oh no. Elias is going to leave with the title. Oh no. Am I going to have to... I'll tell you what I could do. I could put him out injured. We could put him out injured, then we don't have to... He doesn't have to have that. And then we can have a vacant title at TJ Mania. Yeah? So at Sunday Slam, 13 days away, we can have him basically ready to go. But unfortunately, put him out of action, and then Sunday Slam, he's not there. 862 tickets sold. That's not bad. That's not bad. At least you set it up where the Nation could have destroyed him. Yeah, we've got something. We've got something there. So if we go here, you know what? Let's nudge it then, shall we? So if we maybe look at, what was that? Was that TJ Mania? So 20 days away. So we could technically take that out. I mean, how do we add? Well, who do we put into the picture there then? So is it going to be? It's going to be Alessio. It's going to be Max. And one other. Yeah? Alessio face turn, having him face Sloan like you set up. Oh, that could work. Let's look at this then. So what do you want? He could turn, couldn't he? Yeah. Let's think about that. That's an option. That's an option. Right, tell you what, let's book the beatdown now. Right, let's book that in. The Nation face. No, the Nation are heels. The Nation are definitely heels. So what we want here, add a match. Yeah, Sloane's face, yeah. So Elias versus Alessio. Right, so we're gonna have that match there. Okay. The finish ends in a draw. No, Sloane's got nothing to do with the Nation at all. This is going to be a match called off due to interference. Okay, the interference is going to come from all four of them. Yeah, let's get all four of them involved, shall we? Oh no, don't worry, all dubs. I think we're all trying to work it out as we go along. I'm not entirely sure who does what as well here. So let's have a 5-minute match. Okay. Who's interfering? Dan, do you want to get involved? I feel like Dan wants to get involved a little bit. Rougeau's a face. Yeah. There's a problem with that one. I tried to make it so that he's not, and I've done it wrong, I think. Right, go back to where's workers. Just yes to everyone. Yeah, I need to try and re-edit Rougeau so he's not. Oh, there you go. No. Oh yeah, disposition face. Change character. Heel. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I don't know how to change that. That should technically work, shouldn't it? I don't know. I'm not sure why it's not happening. Dan loves a scrap. Of course he does. Of course he does. Dan's getting involved. Right, so let's go here then. Yeah, so we want to have Elias in first versus Alessio. Okay, then we want a beatdown. Essentially, everyone's going to come running in. Rogi, Dan, Zeep, and Rougeau. Okay. Dan can interfere in the match. Okay, so it's a match is called off because of the attack, essentially. Can we have? Is there somewhere that says injury? Extreme possibly. Not sure of this game. I know the TJWF games inspired this one. I have to do a segment to turn. Possibly, I might need to have a look at that and see if we've got something there as well. Right, okay, so everybody's going to attack. Everyone's going to attack Elias. Okay. And it's going to be extreme. Okay. Two minutes. Receives medical attention, actually. Oh, yeah. Let's do that attack, sorry. And then do the medical attention. Okay, that's what we want. And that should theoretically have him put out. Yeah. course. My eyes have gone. Cancel, right. Right. Okay. So Elias gets medical attention. Okay. Following an attack. Okay. There we go. That makes sense. Would it be possible one of the referees to be named after me, preferably a crap one? Potentially. I can certainly have a look. I can certainly have a look at that, Luffy, for you. Right. Okay. So 2-minute beatdown. Really give you some injuries there for Elias. That writes him out of Mania. Okay, Luffy wants to be a referee. Let's see what I can do for you. Lads should be kicking the absolute shit out of these guys. What he says is the snot of these guys. Are we the baddies? Yes. Okay. I can't believe we're about to lose them. That's just okay. Let's get another episode on very quickly before we have to log off. So I think that this match can start with, we can have an intro first of all for the nation. Yeah. Okay. And they can be up against Elias. Okay, that can be the main promo. In fact, do we maybe have... I'll tell you what, how about we have Rougeau and Rogi cut the promo? Yeah? Actually, no, let's get them all on. We can have Zeep and Dan do the bit. Okay? Okay, so then Zeep and Dan can attack Elias. Okay? Then Alessio enters. Okay. And then they set up everyone's pulled apart. So Dan, Zeep, Alessio, Elias. They're pulled apart. Right? Okay. And then there's a match set up for tonight, and it's the first tag team match we're going to see. Okay? And it's going to be between Dan and Zeep, and they're going to team up against Elias and Alessio. Okay? Now the question is, do I have Elias in here or do I have Max in here? Because we could potentially have Max and Elias as a tag team, because we could then put the tag team titles up. I mean, I guess Elias isn't going to win anyway. We'll give it to the nation. Okay, so we save that angle, right? Got promo on Elias, yeah. What about do we want Max involved in this as well, or not? Yeah, let's get Max involved as well, actually. Okay, so let's add another entrance. Max turns up. Okay. And I'll tell you what, let's take Elias out of the equation here. You're going to face Max and Alessio. Max and Alessio for the title? For the tag titles? It does allow Elias to sort of like slink out a little bit. Just wondering whether we do something with Max later on. Because we quite liked him, didn't he? He was doing fine. Actually, you know what? No, it's fine without him. Let's put Elias in there. Because then again, it would make sense for when we beat him down. And we get rid of him. Yeah. Okay, so that's the first segment. 9-minute segment, that's long. Okay, so let's add the match. So it's going to be Dan and Zeep as a tag team versus Elias and Alessio. Oops. Okay. For the tag team titles. Okay, let's add a big spot in there as well. Right, don't let me down, Zeep and Dan. Okay. I think we can have MMA style rules. Oof. No DQ. No DQ for the tag titles. Let's go for that, actually. Okay. Actually, you can't have no DQ, can you, for something like that, can you? TLC. Tables match. Greater risk of injury. Okay, there is a risk of injury. Okay. So let's have... can we work it where the person is put through Elias, okay? The spot will be gruesome, there we go. Okay, so potentially that means so the purpose is to steal the show, possibly. Can we do that? Are you good enough wrestlers? Maybe not. Let's go for it anyway. Right, this match is for the tag team titles. It is meant to be this beginning of putting Elias out of action. The Nation target Elias and hope to injure the major spot on him. Yeah, you are winning the match, don't worry. Right, go on, Dan. You can lift it. You can lift it. Right. Okay. Unanimous finish, majority decision, injury stoppage. Prop breakage. Was it? Is it TL? Did we say TLC? Did we? Unspecified pinfall. You know, no, I think a knockout actually. Right. Yeah. Knockout, unable to compete. Yeah. That'll do. We want to knock Elias out. Okay? Right, and you guys get the titles. Happy with that? We need another match for Jebby Uso to go against Lars again. It's another little mid card match. Jeb can win that one again. Again, straightforward, clean victory, I think, for you, Jeb. Okay, we'll build you up a bit more. Okay, keep you nice and short. Little 4-minute. Okay. We also want Max Walker, don't we? Versus Marlon Frost. I think that might work. What's the options for Gudja wrestling the TJ? We're about to have to draft someone in for you, I reckon, Gudja. Let's see who we've got, shall we? All workers, right? Who do you want to? Let's get you someone in, okay? What do you want to be? A haste or a feel? A heel or a face? Good. Also, Luffy, we're gonna have to put you as a wrestler as well. I think. Give you another. We'll get you as a wrestler rather than as a ref. Ruben Jesus, do you want me Ruben Jesus, Luffy? It's fairly well balanced, I think. Heel, everyone wants to be a heel, obviously, don't they? Do you know what I mean? Right, Luffy, what do you reckon? You want to be this guy? Ruben Jesus, that's you. What are we thinking? I think athlete I'm going to go for. Okay, you're in. Right, and then okay, Gudja wants to be a heel. Right, have fun with that. Yeah, no worries, Team Dubs. We'll see you very soon. We've got another week of this on Sunday, so come back on Sunday to check out TJ Mania. Okay, let's see if we can find Donaccia Mancini. There we go. That's good, you're right. Cruiserweight. All over heels, I'll go the other way. To be fair, we are kind of. I think. Are we? What are we looking like? I think it's because we've got the Nation are a 5, or they're a 4. They're all heels. Actually, I've got more faces than I thought. Okay. I thought I had more heels. Okay, if you want to be a heel, you can be a heel. Right. Donaccia Mancini. That's you, okay? You can be you can be a classic heel, right? So in you go. Right, well, I might have you go up against Mr. Jeb. So Gudja comes in there, and then Ruben Jesus is Frozen Luffy. Right, and we should really put someone for Rich in as well, shouldn't we? Strong style wrestler, not very good at wrestling, but very, very good with stamina. Has good stamina. Ethan Atkinson. Yeah, do you know what? That can be Rich. Up a mid card heel. Go on then. You know what? No, we need a face. He can be a face, right? Right, and that can be Rich Owens now. So back to the show. Booking Lars versus Bogdanov. Or do we have Lars versus you know what? Let's have Luffy versus Gudja versus Rich Owens as a triple threat. Yeah. Oh, let's make it chaotic, because it's going to be chaotic. View 3 in the ring, I reckon. I'm gonna, and you know what? I'm not gonna pick a winner. I'm gonna let the game pick a winner for this one. Okay. Let it be chaotic. You can have. You got 5 minutes, boys. Make it count. Then want to have a match between Samiko Saito and Sofia Bogdanov. Samiko's going to win that one by pinfall. Nice and easy. Nothing flashy here. Nothing flashy on this show, to be honest. I just want it nice and simple. I might have another have a video segment from Riot McBain. Okay, let's put that after Luffy versus, and Riot McBain can take on Marlon Frost. That's face versus face, isn't it? We have got more faces than I thought. Okay, never mind. Okay, let's go automatic on that one as well. Okay, nothing major, just a nice. Nice 4-minute match. And then our main event is the tag team titles. 10 more minutes. We need something to open the show. Meredith? Actually, Meredith can have a title match. Okay, Meredith can have a title match against Tatiana, and she can win by submission. Okay, notes. Purpose is to make Meredith look good still. Okay, and that's for the title. Okay, so we can have that. There's a title match there. Opening the show. Five more minutes of content. Z versus Elias. See, if we've already got Elias there, we could have had another match with Elias in the middle, couldn't we? Potentially, we just put Marlon Frost versus McBain's in. Jeb versus Bogdanovich. Another angle with McBain. Harry Sloan versus Alessandro Keith. It's just another. It's an absolute mid-card, no-need match, isn't it? Yeah, but right, I think Alessio's gonna have to win this one. Cheap pin, I reckon, or yeah, cheap pin. Okay. Purpose is, let's try and make Sloan look good, can we? Let's do 4 minutes and then do 1 more minute of just add an angle with McBain, angle with the Nation. Who have we had? We had Henry and Lars in the previous match. Harry was with Henry. So maybe we have Harry. Maybe we have Henry come back out after this match. And yeah, let's do that. Let's add an angle. Entrance. Henry comes out. And then cuts a promo on Harry. Yeah, so that then adds that feud. Yeah, so match is over. Henry comes out to belittle Harry. To build a feud. Yeah. Okay, so this one's a bit of a sort of hastier put together. Put together show, this one. 4 minutes. Right. Okay, so there's quite a bit going on, right? So let's jump this one. Okay, so opening up on a big angle at the start. Then we get the women's match in. Jeb Uso versus Lars. Right, McBain comes out and cuts an angle promo. Then we've got Luffy versus Rich versus Gudger. Alessio versus Harry. Then Henry comes out and cuts a promo on Harry. Riot McBlade versus Marlon Frost. Let's make that a bit shorter. That's like a 1 minute match there. Actually, let's put that as 4 and let's make that 8. Yeah, okay. Then we want, yeah, like a really quick 2 minute match. I feel like that feels like a little bit, doesn't feel like it's not long enough, really, doesn't it? But yeah, okay, 3 minutes at the top, 3 minutes there as well. Okay, let's go. Okay, that's my story. Talking gesture to women's wrestling. I know I've tried to bump it up a little bit though, because I feel as though that's doesn't look good, does it? They've got a championship match at the start. Yeah, what more do they want? No, I don't mean any of this, by the way. Okay. 2 days until we got our Sunday Slam. So this is Sunday Slam 3. Title win request. Max wants the title. Oh. Ooh. Do you know what? He can have it. Because if Elias is going to walk, right? If Elias walks, we can put the belt on Max, can't we? At Mania. Okay. Wants to win something before the 16th of July. We're in January now. So he's got loads of time. Okay, so how do I make a note? Ladder match. Oh, good one. Right, so note. Max wants title before 16 July. Okay, save that. Ladders match could be the one, you know. I quite like that. I do quite like that. Here we go then. Let's see. This is the last bit for tonight then, right? What have we got? Let's start the show, shall we? Why is there something that can't be done? Book event. Only 1 more minute of content. You know what? Give the women another minute. Don't. There you go. Right. Confirm. And we're off. Sunday Slam 3 is a go. Okay. We open up with the Nation of Moderation. Rugio, Rogi, Dan FM, Captain Z all run out, cut a promo on Elias Durand. 68% reaction from the crowd. Durand is attacked by Zeep and Dan. 52% reaction there. Then Alessio makes their entrance. 63% reaction. 79% reaction to Dan, Zeep, Rugio and Rogi being pulled apart by Alessio and Elias. Dan and Zeep make a match involving Alessio and Durand. Only 29% care about that. So, okay, 61% overall as we set up the tag team match for later on in the show. We then go to Meredith versus Tatiana, the champions here. Meredith comes back out. Meredith and Tatiana have good chemistry as opponents and help the match quality. That's good to know, isn't it? Meredith retains. Was made to look good, was made to look like a threat, obviously increased her popularity. Tatiana drops ever so slightly, but Meredith does push on a bit further. The crowd reaction, 43% overall, so not too bad. Certainly not a stinker. Jebby and Lars, they're just not working together, are they? There's no chemistry there, but Jeb does look good. It's helped Jebby gain a bit of popularity, but the lack of momentum meant the fans couldn't get behind them. So we need to obviously do something with these two wrestlers. Probably not fighting each other, but you know, we'll work out what they're going to be as we go forward. Evening Console, how are you, my man? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Riot McBain comes out, cuts a promo via video and it's received well, 82%. So, yeah, technology is our friend in the TJWF. Then we go to Rich Owens versus Frozen Luffy versus Gudja. There's chaos. Chaos is good. 65% reaction so far for the show. 43% reaction for this match on its own. Rich Owens won. Okay? Rich Owens with the win. Now, I didn't pick the winner, so Rich Owens with the win. Okay? Alessio versus Harry. Backstage morale meant that the workers are not performing their best. Alessio did the heavy lifting. The finish hurt the match quality. Now, this was obviously, you know, we wanted a bit of a cheap win, didn't we? To be honest, I'm in FM show tournament now. Group B, all good. Nice console. Yeah, so the cheap win didn't exactly help matters. So 50% reaction for that. Then we've got an angle involving Henry and Harry Sloan. So Henry comes out, cuts a promo on Harry. The arrogant gimmick of Henry worked well with the story beat. So another 74%. That's what we like. Okay, so a bit of a boost there. So Henry and Harry seem like they're going to work well together. Maybe we can tick that. Riot McBain and Marlon Frost. Not interested in that one, were they? The promo was great for Ryan McBain, but 50% overall for crowd reaction, 37% for the final score. We now get to the women's match, Sumiko Saito versus Sofia Bogdanov. Saito does the heavy lifting, but it's not really worked, has it? Saito was struggling for breath by the end of the 3-minute match. And the match was too short to get it good. Right, fine. Here we go then. We've got some championships to decide. The overall level of wrestling ability wasn't there to steal the show. The major spot brought the match to another level. Durand boosted his performance because of his gimmick. The big spot had the crowd on their feet. Durand did the heavy lifting. Dan and Zeep have pretty bad chemistry as a team. Ooh. Dan is the new tag team champion, but surely it should be Dan and Zeep as the tag team champion. 86% so far for crowd reaction, 46% for this on its own. So there you go. The whole point was the nation were going to go against and target Elias and hopefully try and put him out. So that's where we go with that one. Show popularity 35%. Ooh, we need to do something, don't we? We need to do a little something. Let's have a look at these titles, shall we? Who's the current title holders? Dan and Zeep. Look at that. Okay. Yeah, Dan and Zeep definitely the tag team champions. Meredith Glover is the women's champion. Elias Durand, the world champion, but will be leaving, we reckon, come Mania. So that's going to be worrying, isn't it? No wonder we have bad chemistry. He's taking both belts. I know, it's horrible, isn't it? It's just like, oh, they're mine, thank you. Bye now. Okay, so the storylines now involve the nation. And let's take Alessandro Keith. Let's add a worker in there. Let's put Elias in because we don't want him, do we? Elias's title reign is no longer just with Alessio. We want to add Max in there as well. Okay, Harry Sloan, we can end that because that's not really a thing, I don't think. Actually, can we take any of these guys out? Let's add Henry in there for a bit. Okay, do that. We promised Max the title push by July. Does he want to stay for a little bit longer? Oh, right. Elias is staying. Elias is staying. Interestingly. So let's make us think about this then, right? Elias keeps the belt. Okay, Max wants the title by July. So Elias can keep the belt at Mania. And then we can work on getting Max. He can't have the tag belts. He's not having the tag belts. He doesn't want them. We don't want the tag belts. I'm going to make a tag team, actually. A tag team of Dan and Zeep. We'll call you the Nation of Moderation, see if we can still have that as a tag team, yeah? Okay. So there you go. So that's the first tag team there. I wonder whether or not... I should probably go to bed, but I'm now getting a bit into this, aren't I? I wonder whether or not Alessio could team with somebody. I want Alessio in the title picture, really, don't I? Let's keep him out of that. Right, Jeb Uso. We're going to have to try and work some with Jeb Uso. Lars isn't going to be great. Marlon's going to have to do some stuff. Okay. Right, let's have a long-term storyline. Okay, so the long-term storyline was Max gets the title, right? Okay. Okay, so Max is going to win the title by July. So we need to build a story with him. Okay, so this is sort of working a little bit. I presume I need to work out exactly what the what all these extra bits mean, you know, and how we can sort of push the heat up a bit, you know, and make it a bit better. So, right, TJ Mania, 13 days away. We now have just a normal title match then, don't we? So the title match is Elias and Max for the title. Okay, Elias is gonna win. Now that he's signed his contract again. Pinfall. For the championship. Yeah. Women's title will be. I think we have to just have them retained, don't we? Are we having all titles retained on the first? I think we have to, don't we? Really. Submission pass out. Make it so it's a bit more rough. Yeah, I don't know if you two are going to be, if the Nation are going to have a match or not, or whether they're just going to be there, being angry. We'll see. We've got right. We've got 2 more Sunday Slams and TJ Mania, so we'll do that next Sunday. That's what we'll do. Okay. So have a think what happens. Have a think what happens next. Where we go from it. Yeah, give me some ideas in the Discord. Yeah, sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. Right, where should we go now then? Let's go and do... I should probably raid off, shouldn't we? Let's go and get a raid. Are we going to raid to Football Manager? Are we going to raid to something different? What do we want to see? Give us some ideas. Oh, Majo's doing rematch. We've not seen that before. He's been given a code for it to go and play. Do you have a look at that? That's something brand new, isn't it? We can do that. Yeah, go and check out this new thing that Sai's playing. It looks pretty fun, to be honest. So, right, go and do that. Okay, pleasure as always to everyone. Take care of yourselves, my friends. See you tomorrow for Minecraft, right? And you know what? I'm also going to stream on TikTok tomorrow. So how much fun is that? Take care, everybody. See you all tomorrow. Bye now.